Okay, welcome to today's sortie video. Today is hijack, rescue, and mobile defense. Yet again, a whole lot of easy missions. So this won't be insanely long. Okay, well. What the heck? Why did it not start the mission? I hate when it does this. Warframe, you have a few glitches that I wish it didn't do. But, what today's sortie video is all about is going to be tests. Now, yes, I am talking about the T-E-S-T-S tests. For me personally, I hate all tests. I'm not one of the people that are like I can't take tests at all. I am generally though a very bad test taker. Whenever I have a class that's more dependent on tests than anything else, like this semester I generally struggle, which I am so far already. So you know, my track record kind of shows it. Most of the time, I rely on like homework and those general things to like balance out my grade, because usually my grades on like tests are like C's and maybe B's. Unless like I already knew the topic beforehand, which then it actually has a reasonable chance of being A. But yeah, that's if I very well know my topic. Oh, they have remotely corrupted. So, I actually don't have shields. But, so because of my like extreme hate for tests, I think that honestly might cause me to do even like worse on them, is because of how much I hate them. But I can't prove that one. But for really like any subject in general, I'm not too good with tests. I don't like taking tests, and like so on and so forth. What keeps hitting me? I wish that my team could actually defend me. But yeah, when it comes to like my tests, I generally struggle in like the ways that most people say, where I just kind of like forget the information even though I knew it beforehand, and like so on and so forth. But and then to be truthful, I still am that way. Ow.
Keep going. That rover's contents will be a huge boost to our cause. Walkers incoming.
And I still am that way, and I still struggle with tests, and like so on and so forth. This is not a good team. These guys don't have like high materials or anything like that. Or high weapons, I mean. Like, I think I have the strongest weapon here. But now there are a whole lot of different ways that you can organize a test, such as whatever the heck it's called, like multiple choice, short answer, true and false, matching. They're all all those types of questions. Now, generally, most people enjoy the multiple choice because they actually have like a 1 in 4 chance of getting it if they have no idea what it is. And like there are some times that if you have like a small idea, then you can turn it into like a 50-50 chance between two different things. And that's like generally why most people enjoy those ones. But to be completely honest, I don't. Because most of the time with like the multiple choice, if I have a 50-50, I pick the wrong one. Most of the time when I have like a 1 in 25, I pick the wrong one. I am not a very lucky person, and I never really get the right answer if I'm not quite sure. And then with multiple choice, I seem to like just miss the dumbest things. Like after I reread it, you know, when you get back your test afterward, and I'm just sitting there rereading, I'm just like, why did I do this? This was so dumb. Why did I not just click on that option? That option was right. I even know it's right. Like, I'm that type of person that will do that and just think, man, I'm stupid. but that's only when it comes into the test, or that's only with like the multiple choice category. Well, that and 50-50. That and true and false, because they're in like the same area where it is like a 50-50 chance. And if I happen to not know if it's true or false, I will mess up. Also, I really hate, because I've had like a teacher do this to me in the past, where there will be, it will be a true and false, and basically all the information will be correct in it except for like a year or a date, or the person's name will be misspelled or something really stupid like that. And he'll mark you wrong if you say it's true, because technically it was not that man. This is a different guy. It was a different day. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, really, I hate you. And in like situations like that, there's a very small, like, even if the questions that I do know, but in situations like that, I'm just like, well, thank you for making me miss that. I understand you technically didn't, but at the same time, that's just a dick move. I would never do that as a teacher. That is just rude. Just rude. 2 doors right in a row.
You are running out of time. Bypass complete. You may proceed. We've reached the prison. Find our prisoner in one of these cells.
Okay. Oh shit.
Heavy robotic signature.
Yeah, I got him.
Lock and load.
Okay, but so like in situations like that where the true and false are not, might as well just be you're going to fail this question, or you're going to miss this question, not fail the question. Ah, shit. Really? Why did that kill me? So like, I find that insanely annoying, but that is only with like the true and false. There are, I guess you can do that sort of with like the multiple choice, but that's like a different, it's different enough where those you can kind of get, and by that I mean like of the 4 options, it'll be like one is this, one is, let's say it was a math question, it's 2 plus 2. And there are 2 different 4s in the answer, but one 4 is like it is like a messed up 4, like it has like a squiggle in it somewhere. Now you don't realize that it has the squiggle, so you just put that 4, then you realize nope, it's wrong because it has a squiggle in it, like something like that. Or if you're going with history, it's like the world began in 1985, 1965, or 1945, blah, 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 where you just give, like, 3 different years. Like, those type of multiple choice questions and those type of true and false questions, they're just mean. They're just mean. If you're a teacher and you do that, you're just mean. If you really hate your students, do that, because that's a good way of just torturing their soul. And one of my both least and favorite questions to do on tests are not really what you would expect, and that would be like the short answer and essay questions. The reason they're my favorite is because I can read whatever it is, have no idea what the subject is, and I can come up with some cockamamie story that gives me some points. I might not get 100% on that question, but usually the essay questions are worth like a good 10 points compared to everything else, and I'll get 8, I'll get 7. I will go for I will come up with the dumbest thing in the world to say, and it'll sound sophisticated and truthful. And that's like the reason I like the short answer and essay questions, but I also hate them because they're short answer and essay questions and they take forever. I can understand why and everything, but just, God, I really wish they didn't take so long. Now, what else? Here's the optic core tool. Now, What other type of... Oh, matching. So, yet again, I'm going to go with my one horrible teacher that I... like, all these methods that I am saying that I really hate. This was, like, one teacher that did all of these, and he was just mean. Now, luckily, he had a lot of, like, projects and other things, and not so it wasn't just the test to find our grade. But he, it was still, like, really, do you have to make the test this hard? To where I was able of passing his class and getting a good grade and all that. And, so with the matching, he would, like, some of them, he would do the evil thing, which is some of the answers can be used more than once, and some of them can won't be used at all. And God, I hated that, because you couldn't just do trial and error. Like, when you have 7 questions and 8, whatever the heck it's called, 8 possibilities. Like, you have 7 questions, and then you have A, B, C, and D of your 4 possibilities. Let's just say that. That means that each one is going to be used twice. Or, not twice. That would be 8 questions and 4 possibilities, A, B, C, and D. So, there. We'll make it 8. Each one's going to be used twice, is what you'd think. Right? No. The first one will be used 3 times. The last one won't be used once. And the middle ones will be used, like, 2 times each. That's only 7. Yeah, no, and then the very last one will only be used once. Like, it will not be the 2 and 2 that most people would assume that it is.
Continue to defend.
And that's what I'm talking about with this, like, you're evil. Like, just doing that is just mean. It's mean, rude, and unnecessary. And I understand you want to make your test challenging. I fully understand that. But, like, there's a difference between challenging and impossible. And this guy was borderline impossible. And then I'll go with, like, a different one. Let's say there were 10 matching and 20 options. That means only 10 of them are even going to be used in the first place, is what you'd think. No, only 8 of them are used, and 2 of them are used twice. Yeah, it's just mean. It is just mean. And, like, those are, like, the really big things that I hate that, like, teachers do with tests. That's not really something that happens in all tests that I hate in general, but there's definitely something there that but like the teachers that do that, they're just rude, and they do not need to be this mean. Now, as I said before, like, I'm not the type of person that struggles in the sense of tests where I get, like, insane test anxiety and I just can't perform as well on it. I just don't do well on tests, not because of, like, studying and other thing, which my parents seem to think, but more along the line of just, like, I just go blank, and there are certain things that are on the test that I happen to not have studied. There's always, like, that one question that's just, like, it was something that you talked about once in class that no one wrote down, that, like, the teacher says, side note, and then mentions this thing, but he said it on purpose, and, like, your entire class just thinks, oh, he's just talking about something on the side. And, like, nope, it's on the test, and you're just staring at it and be like, I don't remember this. I remember we talked about it, but I don't remember anything else. And that is, like, the worst feeling in the world. When you remember it, and you're just like, oh, my God, I know it, but I don't. It is just terrible. But yeah, the teachers do it anyway. But then, as I was saying, like, I do study. Now, my parents and everything, they'll be like, you know, I actually, because my dad has to take tests for, like, his job, and he'll show me his grades of, oh, look, I got a 96 on this, a 98 on that, a 99 on this. And it's like, oh, it's like, because I actually study. And it's like, oh, yeah, you actually study with your open book online tests that, yeah, you may study for, but guess what? I study for too. Mine's not open book and online. And it's just like very annoying with that, and like I study a good amount. They don't believe I study much at all just because of me. I do play video games a lot. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I play more video games than I should for longer times than I should. But at the same time, I do study for like a good amount of time, enough to where I know the information pretty well, and then I get in the test and it's like out of my brain. It's gone. Which is, and I just generally do struggle a good amount on tests. But then also this is gonna be my last point because I'm already done with like the sortie. There's also, whenever teachers grade tests in a really dumb way, it really angers me, because in a test that I took on a class, in one of my college classes. So I hate when teachers grade the tests in this manner. Let's say there's 6 questions. Each one is 2 points each, meaning that there should be a total of 10 points on this page. Let's say this page, out of the 7 pages, there's 6. Yeah. That makes 12 points on that page. No. There are 10 points on that page that you can get. Meaning that if you miss 5 and you got 1 correct, guess what? Those 2 points that you got don't exist. They are gone. They mean nothing. I hate when teachers do that so badly. And like, of course, this teacher decided to do it. And then there's also the point where whenever a teacher marks off like 100% for something, especially in the sense of math, because this was a math class, where you put forth like a lot of effort and you had the correct math, but you messed up in other aspects, because this is a math it's my accounting class, to be completely honest, where there's like a procedure to everything you do. Now, I was correct with the math, but because I wasn't right with the procedure. Let's say that there was 10 points on this page. I didn't get 1. Now, how? I don't know, because I literally filled the page with math and the procedure, yes, but of the wrong procedure. So the only thing that I really missed is the procedure, which is just like really the order that you write things down in. And whatever the heck it's called, the procedure and like the title, because everything has a title in accounting. But the math, I did perfectly. I had the exact math that we were supposed to have, and yet I didn't get a single point. She marked me completely wrong for the page, and I really just wanted to look at her and be like, okay, so I could have left this blank instead of filling the entire paper, and I would have got equal amount of points, and just like seen her reaction, because she, especially with this teacher, she probably would have been like, well, I guess, but it's like, oh, well, you guess, because that's exactly what you just did. Like, I know I messed up, but I still had the correct math, and I still have a good amount of math on here, especially when the teacher in a previous class says to the class, make sure that you always write something down, because I'll always try to give you at least like 1 or 2 points. It's like, you didn't try to give me 1 or 2 points here, now did ya? Teachers and tests. Okay, well, thank you all very much for watching this video and listening to my little rant on teachers and tests. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. And I bid you all adieu. Goodbye!